Hello everyone, welcome to the round of 32 game for today's EGL Conquest Amateur Cup. Hugs and Kisses gonna be facing off against Potato Boys. Bans already underway and coming out, and Nox getting banned out by Hugs and Kisses. Some of these teams are on the correct side. Yes, they are. It's always nice when things work out that way. So Nox going to be taken off the table immediately. Back on the other side for Potato Boys, it is going to be an Ao Kwang ban, fairly standard. I imagine we'll be seeing maybe a Kali, maybe a Sylvanas, probably a Circuit ban. But then people sometimes go for stranger options, so who knows? We may see some off-the-wall respect ban, things like that. Who knows? Hugs and Kisses taking their time with their second ban of this match. It will be the Sylvanas. This leaves Potato Boys with the option of banning out essentially Kali, Circuit, or some other targeted ban. And this is mainly going to come down to what they don't want to play against. Hugs and Kisses are going to have that first pick. If they leave something through, such as a Kali, that Thor, anything of their choosing, it's probably going to be picked up immediately. But it's going to be the Circuit ban, and almost immediately, Hugs and Kisses locking themselves in Thor as their first pick. That's going to give them just an absolute ton of map pressure from that jungle position. I mean, we see time and time again, Anvil of Dawn from that Fire Giant pit, that Gold Fury pit, just ganking the side lanes from there. You have to throw down an extra ward to keep tabs on him. It looks like Potato Boys hovering over what will probably be their duo lane all said and done, Geb and Apollo. That's where they're probably going to go. Maybe some crazy not duo lane Apollo, but Geb, that's kind of his spot. Doesn't really work in the jungle, doesn't really work in the solo lane or anything like that. It will end up being Apollo locked in. Geb still getting hovered over, but gets locked in as well, so as picking goes back to Hugs and Kisses, they still have lots of rolls on the table. I expect at this point we'll see the ROM coming out just to counter the Apollo, but Sylvanas is off the table, so we're not going to be seeing the more traditional standard these days, Geb, Apollo, Sylvanas, ROM, duo lane matchup. We're going to go into that kind of B-list support. We might see that Athena come out. We might see the Bacchus, the Ares, some other crazy stuff like that. Athena getting hovered over right now, but Osiris quickly picked up and locked in. Going to be either jungle or support, or jungle or solo lane for that Osiris. Athena locked in. And as it goes back, Potato Boys looking for their final lock-in of the Phase 1 picking. They still have some options on the table. They're covering over a Wheelix right now. We haven't actually seen her played at the EGL. I would love to see her played here at the EGL, all said and done. Her kit is pretty darn powerful. She has a lot of combo potential with Geb in the party. She can use her ultimate off the back of his knockups, as well as Apollo as well, across the skies, and knock someone up against that final little last hit on him. And I mean, they have two other slots as well to round off gods with knockup. They could set up just huge picks with that. That said, it is going to be the Wheelix lock-in, so we're going to be seeing that in the jungle today. We'll see how that pans out as the game gets underway, but we are back to banning. Potato Boys going to be looking to ban out somebody here. They still have... They could look to ban out the ROM as well and force them on to an on-her or another secondary pick for the AD carry. But there's also the options of mages, a jungler, a solo laner. There's so much potential here for bans coming out of Potato Boys. And unfortunately, they only have one actual slot to ban out. It looks like they're going to take Ra off the table. A little bit of an interesting one, all said and done. And back on the other side, we'll see what Hugs and Kisses look to lock in here for themselves. It's going to be Scylla, taking a couple mages off the table. I imagine one of these teams is going to end up picking up Agni here, just given the fact that some of these are currently off the table. And it looks like it's going to be Giannis getting picked up by Potato Boys. So much mobility, so much potential for burst. We'll see if they can find a good answer to that. On her getting hovered over right now for Hugs and Kisses to round out their duo lane. I imagine this is going to be locked in, all said and done. They have one more pick available. It will either be a... Well, they need a mid laner as well. It's going to be a solo lane Osiris, all said and done. Like, actually, yeah, look at this team lineup. That Osiris, where's he going to go? Maybe the jungle? Oh, yeah, they have Thor. So who are they going to go for mid laner? Agni's still a possibility. They need someone who's able to do a decent amount of damage. They could look for the Kronos as well. He's been picking up in popularity more recently. Poseidon is getting hovered over and will be locked in, as actually Rom was just switched out the last second. Didn't actually notice that until I pressed the lock-in button on her. Let's go ahead and fix that. There we go. Rom locked in. No on her. I guess they just realized he was in fact available. But for the final pick, Potato Boys very quickly locking in Hercules. It's going to be, or this should be a pretty darn good game, guys, going into the round of 32 right here. We're currently on random seeding. We're looking to add seeding into this going forward into the future, so matches like this may not be happening in the round of 32, but Hugs and Kisses regulars here at the EGL. Potato Boys, one of the better teams in the amateur scene of Smite. So see what these two teams can actually end up doing against each other. We're going to cut to a quick little break here. Wait for the anti-ghost timer to tick down, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes, guys. Stick around, enjoy the music. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hugs and Kisses versus Potato Boys game, all the way down in the round of 32. This is the disadvantage of doing random seeding. Sometimes you end up with two very decent teams against each other early on in the tournament. That said, it should be a good one. Unfortunately, one of these teams is not going to be moving on, and, well, their hopes at gems in this tournament will end quite abruptly. That said, Hugs and Kisses facing off against Potato Boys. For Hugs and Kisses, we have Fianzo in the jungle as Thor, Pors21 as the support Athena, Muas as the solo lane, Osiris, Lilo, Shaggy Shankuna, Whirlpool is down. He's going to make it back to that safety of the tower. He's going to have to go back to base and heal himself up, though, to round out that Hugs and Kisses lineup. NedQ as the AD carry Rom, and McKenny in the mid lane as Poseidon. For Potato Boys, right side of your spectator, wearing the red trunks, defending the Titan of Chaos. We do have Shaggy Shank as the AD carry Apollo, and Mealsy as the support Geb, Snakeskin as the solo lane Hercules, Red Foo in the jungle as Awelix, and Suntouch in the mid lane as Yanis. So immediately off the bat, just with Shaggy Shank getting forced back to base, they're going to be changing their starting route right here. Yanis going to be left to kill off the mid-harpies with the support, while Shaggy Shank and Emilzy go for the back harpies just to get Shaggy Shank a little bit of early experience later on. But this will mean the dual lane of Hugs and Kisses is going to be able to very, very easily push this lane forward to the tower. If nothing else, the mana buff is going to be delayed if they look to pick up these minions over in the dual lane. Flipping over to the right lane as both junglers and solo laners make their way over the lane. Hercules immediately looking for the Earthbreaker, not quite going to find it. Now the solo lane matchup here is going to be a little bit interesting. Hercules, if Osiris overstays his welcome, it's a little too close to that tower potentially. The setup from that Earthbreaker Dragon Strike combo could mean Osiris will be forced under the tower, take a bunch of extra damage, and Hercules could look for a kill. That said, Osiris will generally have a bit more poke, assuming he can avoid those Earthbreakers. So it could be a bit of an interesting matchup. Hercules also does have that mitigate wounds, so Osiris has to be careful of that. Flipping over to the dual lane, a lot of poke actually coming out of Potato Boys right now. Pors came to lane already a little bit down just from taking up that mana buff. And it looks like for the time being, they're looking for the aggression here as Shaggy Shank does use the moves aggressively forward. There comes a Taunt trying to save that damage off of NedQ. He's taking some more poke. He already used the move, so he's not going to be able to close that gap in the near future. Nevertheless, the damage is already done. NedQ's going to have to play quite a bit passively. One more Shockwave or move combo could get first blood going the way of Potato Boys. Attack speed buff coming out. Red Foo already in the jungle, giving that portal from Yanis to get himself out. Emilzy coming over is like, I want some experience, guys, and not getting there quite in time. The Willix pick is also a little bit interesting. We haven't seen her played here at the EGL at all quite yet. And, her kit's pretty darn interesting. Her self-setup knockup's a little bit harder. The Moonlight Charge was just buffed to knock up on a side hit as well as a back hit, so it's a little bit easier for her to knock somebody up herself, and then follow up with her... I'm stuck on Moonlight, I'm also gonna cheat and luck. Gravity Surge, to then pull them back to her. That said, this team composition as well, they have a lot of knockups on their own. Geb, Shockwave, Geb, Is Geb Cataclysm actually knock up, or is that just the Wrath of Terror? Gonna double check here. I believe it's just, it's not actually a knock up. It is just a stun, not a knock-up. As once again, Stasis Mode rears its ugly head today, guys. Fortunately, it was a very brief one this time around. And so far, a fairly slow game. I imagine the ganks will start to pick up a little bit as the junglers hit level 5. We'll see if they can make it work. Fianzo may hit it off this way. It's going to be a little short. It looks like I'm going to delay that back by Suntouch right here. Over in the right lane, Muas is looking for the very heavy pressure on Snake, and he's actually below half health right now. But I was going to say, Snakeskin could land a combo into the tower, could look for a kill, but sometimes you don't want a full health Hercules, or Osiris man. There's the Quacken coming in the mid lane, does catch a Mealsy for some damage, but that is about it. There comes the Tectonic Rift. There's the pullback from the Gravity Surge. Redfu going to be picking up first blood onto McKenny right here. They're rotating over to the left side as well. Mid Harpy's about to respawn. This could have just denied them 2 hugs and kisses. Wes is just all over Hercules right now, applying that pressure every moment he possibly can. Right side Harpies might end up being contested here, but they are already taken down by Potato Boys. There comes the knock-up. No follow-up that he had right now, though. There's the punt coming out of Geb. Cataclysm as well. We'll turn that slow motion off after this fight. Fianzo is getting low in health. Can't move up into the Anvil Dawn in time, though. He's going to be able to use that to go ahead and escape. Taking a look down at these items right now. Rom was forced back to base without those Devourers gone. It's like kind of like the all-important first item for hunters these days. Just not having that means he's already lost a wave of minions. He's losing some damage to that tower. And by the time he gets back that entire wave, he might catch experience off that last one. But for the most part, he lost an entire wave worth of minions. His first back, Shaggy Shank, will have that gold. He's about 100 gold short right now of finishing off his own Devourer's Gauntlets. Nedq's away off of those himself, and he'll have to go back to base a second time to get that. Redfu's coming around towards that right lane, looking for the knock-up to the West. Not going to find it. Unfortunately, does not knock up if you hit somebody from the front. Had that connected, though. Actually, Gravity Surge not even online at the moment. Would not have been able to find that pull regardless, so what am I talking about? Looking at some of the other items online, though, for these guys. Actually, I'm going to reorder some people as well, because I apparently never did that, being this pro caster streamer person that I am. Just move some people around. There we go. That seems done. And look at that. Everyone's all nicely ordered out now. Sports. Combat boots built up, guard boots, excuse me, for Athena. Not quite enough for the Midas boots just yet. Although I'm curious if Potato Boy is going to look for an early Wrath of the Gods here. Sun Touch was just quite out. He's a Yanis, though. He'll have the portal, he'll have through space and time to get out if he needs to. They're not even really pursuing the fight, knowing that he'll just be able to escape. It's a 3-man rotation. Hugs and Kisses looking for a kill in this right lane. 2 members about to be caught out right here. Snakeskin going to get hit up. There's the Tectonic Rift as well as the Quacken coming out. Pores picking up that kill. Redfu running for his life right now. Summon Suku not available at the moment. Was already used for the leap to get away. Anvil Dawn not going to find a hit. There's a portal through that little pillar by the Fire Giant. Redfu is going to make it out, but not before Hugs and Kisses found that kill onto Hercules over in that solo lane. So Redfu, the Wheelix pick. I don't know, it's a bit of an unusual one. Taking a look at the items as well. Hercules picking up that Mystical Mail means Osiris going to have to be much more careful about his poke and harass. Hercules can just look to box him out for the foreseeable future. Yeah, Osiris has the Smithy's Hammer for some physical protection, but it's, how do I want to put this, not necessarily the best item on its own. We'll see what these guys look to do. There comes a Mealsy looking for some damage onto Nedq. Nedq's actually very low across the skies. Coming down, looking to dive this one. Not going to be getting to Astral Barrage in time. Shaggy Shank going to be picking that kill up. You have to be so careful, but they did invest a lot for that one kill. Potato Boys needs to be careful. Shaggy Shank caught down by the taunt. There's the shield wall. Found a tick of damage. Tectonic didn't find the stun. Fianzo is so low. They find a second kill on the back of this gank attempt by Hugs and Kisses. Need to be so careful. Here comes Yanis. Unstable Vortex hits for the double hit. No, it will not. Poor still running for his life. There's the transitions for the slow. Are they going to look for damage? Not going to be there on the tail end of that. Poor is going to manage to sneak away. McKenny's rotating over, but might have just ensured his own death. There's the portal. He's going to fall straight through that. One more auto attack. Not going to find it. McKenny just narrowly going to escape on the back of what looked like putting himself into a position to get himself killed. He'll narrowly escape, but that's going to mean a mid-lane wave of minions pushed all the way to the tower with no one there to stop it. And with that all said and done, Potato Boy is starting out the Gold Fury right lane as well. I keep expecting these guys to be fighting more than they are, because occasionally they do, sometimes they don't. The Gold Fury fight coming out. The Anvil Dawn comes down, finds a stun onto 3. Berserker Barrage doing work right now, but Redford finds the kill. Fianzo finds one right back. There's a double kill for him. 2 for 2 going forward. They could look to fight this out. Nedq's still looking for more. Shaggy Shank has that stone shield avoiding some of the damage. Here comes McKenny. Whirlpool or Kraken could secure this kill. There's the Whirlpool, but Snakeskin has rotated over. Quacken, though, Hercules just getting exploded right now. Can Fianzo find the damage? Astral Barrage is up. Second shot going to hit. Third shot could find the kill. Going for Snakeskin, not going to have the damage. He didn't have the vision onto a Mealsy right there to make sure that third shot hit. He went for Snakeskin, who he did instead, but the damage just was not there. That mystical mail providing enough physical mitigation to save his life off that third shot. Nedku taking up that Gold Fury right now a little bit low, but this opportunity for Hugs and Kisses presenting itself. Apollo's coming down across the skies. If they see Nedku, could go in, but will not go for it. Looking for the steal, not going to find Hugs and Kisses to get the first Gold Fury of this match. Muas now running for his life as well as Pores, but it looks like they've secured their escape right here. They're looking for, that was a through space and time portal. Muas might just, Lord of the Afterlife online, going to go ahead and leap straight over the wall. Nedku, though, over in that left lane, getting picked up by Shaggy Shank. Right now, Shaggy Shank 3-0-1. Stacks on the Devourer's Gauntlets, about 30 ahead right now. And this is potentially only going to get worse as Red Fu and Emilzy wait for the minion wave to arrive at the tower to actually start damaging it and looking for the kill, and it will fall here. So, Potato Boys finding themselves a nice little early game advantage, but that Gold Fury attempt is keeping the gold closer to even than you might otherwise expect, but only about a 500 gold advantage. But looking at those levels, different stories being told there. 2 to 3 level difference across the board. McKenny might have overstayed a welcome in the mid lane. There's going to be the gravity surge pulling her back. Defender of Olympus did just come down. They might have just baited out, letting her come down, looking for the second kill right here. McKenny will fall. Pores going to use that preemptive strike to escape. Animal Dawn Fianzo coming down, looking to answer back. Sun Touch will fall. They might look for a follow-up. Majona's Attunement and Tectonic Rift are available. There's a, just a single hit. Does not yet have that all-important second rank in Tectonic Rift to guarantee the double tap. So as that's on the way, that ward is not long for this world. It's placed smack dab on top of a sentry. It is already being taken right back down. Potato Boys going early on with those sentry wards across the map for some extra vision. Actually, that sentry ward did just fall, so they cleared out that ward just in a nick of time. And just the fact that it was cleared out, I imagine they know the sentry ward is there. They're not going to look to reward that particular spot for a good while into the future. Looking down at some of the items these other guys are picking up, though, Muas' Osiris did finish up his Runeforged Hammer. Both Midas Boots are online for the supports. Devourer's Gauntlets online for both Hunters. Combat Boots, though, for Shaggy Shank, he's a little bit ahead still at this point in time. Not to mention those extra 25 or so stacked Snakes. Going to look for the Gang Hunter Hercules yet again, but he's going to use that Driving Strike to get himself on out. Left side, McKenny looking to contest those mid-Harpies, but I believe those were picked up by Potato Boys right there. See what they look to do. Hugs and Kisses are keeping themselves in this game right now up against one of the better teams in the European Smite scene. We'll see. Left lane, Nedku has to be so careful right now, though. He cannot box 1v1 with Shaggy Shank right now. It is just a mathematical improbability for him to actually come out the victor in that exchange. Looks like Potato Boy is looking to steal away a damage buff or something on the right-hand side, or just catch out of Muas. Rollout coming out. Mealsy looking for the punt here potentially, but it will not be long enough distance. Lord of the Afterlife is available to try and escape. They need one more hit of damage. Yanis is waiting around the corner, going to leap over the unstable vortex, but will land right in a portal. Sun Touch going to pick up that kill. Good rotation by Potato Boys, finding themselves another one for the board. Mid lane right now, McKenny and Red Fu possibly facing up. There's the blink, there's the Cataclysm looking to kill the McKenny right here. There's the Kraken, not going to be enough. Pores falls into the portal, not going to be enough. Preemptive Strike charging, going to get her away. But the snipe from Sun Touch going to find results right here. Shaggy Shank got a kill onto Nedku over in that left lane as well while this was all going on. And the fight still continuing in the mid lane. Fianza trying to just guard the tower, but the Red Fu and Snakeskin are coming back around. Didn't find the knockup off that Moonlight Charge. But otherwise, Nedku forced the beads on the back of the Earthbark, and that would have protected otherwise and ensured his death. Sun Touch kill. Or did he just try to kill someone? I thought that was a boxing exchange in the left lane. Nedku is still alive. I don't know where I pulled that out of. Here comes the Defender of Olympus, but Fianzo is so low right now, they really don't have an opportunity to go in on this. Fianzo's going to be forced back 2v4, excuse me, they're going in on this one. Taunt Shield will connect, but not going to have any follow-up damage. Hercules doing a good job zoning out. Oh, the Gravity Surge coming in. Pores pulled right back in the middle of this fight. The Majora's not going to hit for any damage right there. Berserker Barrage coming out as well. Fianzo has to be so careful. He's so low in health right now as this fight is still going on. Emilzy has returned. They're looking for the kill. Driving Strike on the tower. Muas might be in a spot of trouble. No Lord of the Afterlife to escape this time, but his health is still holding on. Excavate comes out. Gonna find Fianzo on the backside of that fight. He just stuck around too long, but McKenny answers straight back. But Sun Touch with the Unstable Vortex find a kill straight back onto McKenny as well. 2 for 2 overall in that little bit of the second half of that engagement. Overall, looking at the current state of this game. Oh, Nedku. Poor Nedku. Mealsy getting himself on the board with the kill as well. Nedku definitely overstayed his welcome right there with the support and with that Yanis. The setup was there. He might have been looking for that kill potentially and the Sun Touch, but Geb with that crowd control at this point. The Cataclysm's online as well, so it would have been a very rough kill. You catch him with one form of crowd control. Beads was already used and on cooldown. He had no real way to escape out of that if he got caught by anything, so just straight out overstaying his welcome. Looking at the current state of this game, though, Hugs and Kisses giving Potato Boys a run for the money. I mean, gold-wise, only 1.5k in their favor, but that experience graph is starting to go more and more towards Potato Boys. These kills, these objectives, these buffs are all going to be adding up in their favor if this continues on the way it is. McKenny also not quite going for what it can only be said as kind of his textbook Doom Orb. I'd say more often than not, McKenny in Conquest ends up picking up the Doom Orb. This time around, you know, the kills are coming out. Might not be the best choice. Most deaths on his team as well. Need to be so careful when you go for that more aggressive stacking at him where those stacks do fall off. I feel like over in the right lane is like always the imminent threat of a kill, but it's the solo lane. Osiris and Hercules not really going to be killing each other anytime soon. So, it's like the need for panic and concern about that solo lane is not really there at this point in time. Gold Fury's up, a little bit of counter-warding, or just warding, counter-warding. Regular old warding going on by the Gold Fury. Emilzy has been hanging around this mid lane for quite a while now. Kind of curious. Sometimes, admittedly, at this point, Shaggy Shank really does not need any help over in that duo lane. He can easily handle NedQ 1v1. It's kind of freeing up the supports, but the supports need to be sure to be on top of the rotation and tagging up for experience. Pores is starting to fall behind quite significantly. 3 levels already behind Emilzy's Geb. So going forward, has to be very careful with his levels. You know, just that natural protection scaling, natural health scaling as a support is so important. Yeah, most of your protections do end up coming from items, but the less protections you have, the more they are worth. So all that little bit of early game scaling can make just the tiniest little bit of difference as the game goes on. Taking a look, though, at the current state of the game, it seems like we've come into a bit of a lull, not a whole lot going on. Mid-Harpies are both down. Buffs are, for the most part, down as well. Just that attack speed buff on the left-hand side. Fianzo picking that one up right now. Counter-warring going on at the Gold Fury. I imagine, unless someone kind of gets caught out in the jungle a little bit, that we won't really see much of an engagement for the foreseeable future until one of these teams starts really seriously considering a Gold Fury attempt. Shaggy Shank did just go back to base. He's going to be picking up that Balance Blade. They're looking to counter ward yet again at that Gold Fury, keeping that vision in their control. One more Sentry Ward in the hand of Muas, but he is all the way across the map right now. Might not be the most useful thing in the world. Red Fu going to find that knockup. There's the Gravity Surge as well. They might look for the kill right here. Absorb passive coming out from Athena, saving a couple hits of damage, but she's going to get Preemptive Strike charged up and get herself out. Here's it through space and time. Reinforcement by the Kraken, though, does come out. Emilzy is so low right now. They're looking for the kill. The through space and time not going to be enough. Ran into a Muas on the other side of that wall. McKenny did get picked up. Red Fu finds the kill into NedQ as well. This could signify that Gold Fury attempt. Anvil Dawn comes down. This might be too little too late. The damage is there, but a good Serenade. Going to stop that Berserker Barrage damage coming out. Pores does get the taunt on the Shaggy Shank, but beads will be used to get himself out immediately. Looking for that tap of the wall. Only found 1 hit. Not going to be able to get a lot of damage out of that one. It is all about that all-important second hit. Earthbreaker onto Pores right now. He's a support, but at this point, not too tanky. Red Fu going to pick up that kill. Portal dropped as well. Fianzo getting so low. They might look for Lord of the Afterlife use to escape. Excavate thrown over the wall. Not going to find the hit. The bounce going to deny the kill on to Fianzo as well. And with that, 3 members of Hugs and Kisses killed off. Potato Boy is going to start looking for this Gold Fury right now. And with absolutely nobody nearby, not quite free, but well-earned nevertheless on the back of that team fight, Potato Boy is going to extend their lead even further right now, kicking it up to almost a 4,000 gold lead, and that experience, that gap is just going to be increasing even further. I mean, looking at some of these level differences, 2 levels on the support, 2 levels on AD carries, 3 on the mid laners, only 1 on the jungler and solo laners, so it's not an insurmountable lead by any means, but Potato Boy is not a team to scoff at, as I've said a couple times already. One of the better teams in the EU pro scene overall. Hugs and Kisses aren't anyone to you know, turn your nose at either, but be curious if they have the team discipline and the know-how to actually turn this game back around, because they are definitely behind right now. Fianzo in a bad spot, going to use that Majol ultimate to go ahead and escape. It's on the safety tower at this point. Snakeskin doesn't care. Driving Strike going to drive him back in the middle of 5. That is going to be a very dead Fianzo. McKenny might fall here as well. Shockwave coming out with the Gravity Surge combo. Red Fu picking up that kill. We'll see if they drop on back down. Shaggy Shank going to just clear out some minions here before making his little retreat. Portal drop down. Oh, poor one little minion in the back. Minion 34 just got killed by a single portal by Suntouch. And that's respect right there when you kill just 1 minion with a portal. Once again, looking for that Earthbreaker, though. Snake's not quite going to find an MOS, but the portal will connect as well as the Unstable Vortex. NedQ didn't take a little bit of damage right there. Did use that beads to escape the portal. Picking up some of those lovely arrows. Getting his quiver back and filled up. So as this game does continue, Hugs and Kisses behind by quite a decent amount at this point in time. Item-wise, not any real noticeable difference coming out. NedQ, though, needs to stop getting hit by those portals. Will avoid the Unstable Vortex right there. But, you know, time goes on. Keep landing in those portals. One of those unstable vortexes may end up hitting, and might find yourself in a bit of a bad spot. All said and done, pause does come out. So we'll take a look over at the items these guys are building. Sovereignties are online for both supports, but that little bit of a gold lead Emilzy has does mean that Blink is fully built up. Every 45 seconds, Emilzy can look to blink forward and pop some with a Shockwave or a Cataclysm or all that fun stuff. And with that combo off of Red Food's Gravity Surge can mean somebody's death. It's a very, very scary combo. And I know someone said in chat earlier during the picks and bans, it's like something effective. Holy crap, Red Foo with Wheelix in the jungle. It's like, apparently it's a well-known thing if you're not me. Look at some other items. Soul Laners at this point don't really have too much built up, just the Warrior Tab Eyes and one of the other item, Mystical Mail for Hercules, Runeforged Hammer for Osiris. Both kind of going to do similar things, and actually do both have teleport? Yes, both do have shielded teleport. Going to ease up their mobility a little bit, allow them to get around the map a little more, and allow them to join up team fights potentially. I'm not sure how I feel these days about the Blink Hercules. Yeah, it's a common thing, but, I mean, do they? I'm curious if Red Foo's going to end up going for the Wrath of the Gods or the Fist of the Gods. But essentially, having that second Wrath of the Gods, which Thor doesn't have, excuse me, Thor doesn't have, Osiris does have. I know I saw it someplace. It's, you know, in situations where, you know, if your support just happens to get picked off, your support is not able to be there for some reason, you have a secondary backup Wrath of the Gods at your disposal. You can look to, at your disposal. You can look to secure it a second time. I mean, Osiris has that Lord of the Afterlife, can leap over the wall behind a Fire Giant or a Gold Fury, for example. The opportunity is there. It also allows you the opportunity to kind of, you know, hog early and double steal sort of thing. Fist of the Gods, if you go that route, you typically will want to use that more as an offensive stun, as an extra form of crowd control. So we'll see what those guys end up doing with that as the game does go forward. It is the only secondary Wrath of the Gods option for Potato Boys, so later on, if Emilzy ends up dead, that could shut down any hopes of a Fire Giant for Potato Boys. So we have actually reached real time, tried fast forwarding through this pause a little bit. The pause is current right now. So we'll see what they, actually their pause does just drop. As we get underway with things once again, NedQ in the mid lane right now, they might have actually called for a bit of a lane swap. We do see McKenny heading over to the left side. At this point in time, like I touched on a couple times, NedQ cannot box out Shaggy Shank. Shaggy Shank is just far enough ahead that it's not happening. They're rotating over right now, some pings coming out indicating that rotation. They're going to spot it out with that ward, realize they're over there by their mana buff. I imagine they're going to look to contest this potentially, but it looks like over in the right lane we might see some action. Hercules, Judgment Tethers is out. We'll find that stun. Not going to get the knock-up off the back of the Moonlight Charge. Poke is coming out here. We'll see if they can find the Excavate, or any other abilities for that matter. The Diving Tower now, Hercules tanking up. He's tanking up. Lord of the Afterlife does come out. Snakes can knock me getting healing through space and time. They're looking to find this kill once again to Muaz. He is so low right now. Portal not going to connect. Excavate and Shockwave will miss as well. Muaz still up, but Snakes getting one more cudgel to the side of the head. Muaz will fall. Fion's on the spot trouble. Defender Olympus is coming in right now. Looking to kill onto Red Foo, up onto Sulu right now, trying to run away, but McKenny is waiting around that corner. Can they find that kill? He is so low in health. McKenny gets it with the Kraken. Snake can low as well in the middle of this. Nice taunt. NedQ going to pick up the back, kill on the back of that. Emilzy gets the kill on the Fianza to answer back though. And as things continue to kind of not really go on, it looks like Hugs and Kisses want to go ahead and disengage this fight, answering 2 for 2 because they are behind. That fight as a whole goes in favor of them. Still looking for a kill on the Sun Touch here as mana is getting low. Pores, though, will take that Unstable Vortex hit for a lot of damage. With only that Sovereignty, really not a lot of magical protection to speak of, but while that whole fight was going on, Apollo was split pushing over in that left lane, found that inner tower. That's a decent chunk of gold, once again going in the pockets of Potato Boys. Their gold lead now almost 8,000. Math is hard. And they're looking for an attack speed buff at the steel as well. Nobody nearby. They're going to secure that one out. Fions are going to be a little disappointed as he walks over there, or someone walks over there in a moment and just sees it rotting on the floor. The sentry warding coming out of Potato Boys, though, they want to make sure to shut down the vision on these common spots. Actually, teleport coming on Snakeskin. They look for gold for here, but actually Snakeskin just teleporting over to share the mid-Harpy experience. Perhaps not the best use of it in the world, but nevertheless, splitting experience is always good. 160% overall as opposed to, you know, just 100% to one person. Right lane tower also fell during that little bit of a rotation by Potato Boys earlier. So tower-wise, they are quite a bit ahead. Every tower of their own is still standing at this point in time. Looking at the items as well, kin size has been completed on Shaggy Shank. His damage has just shot up significantly. They're looking for Fianzo right here. They are grouping up for a fight, though. The fight coming out. There's the Quack, and going to find decent damage onto Red Foo, but will it be enough? That's going to be the question. Pores is getting solo. X-Fit coming down, doing a lot of damage. Cataclysm finally coming out. Unstable Vortex, not going to find the hit. Fianzo gets that kill onto Red Foo. Muas able to use Lord of the Afterlife over the wall to escape. This might be only a 1 kill, but Snakeskin blinked across that wall, looking for the second kill right here. Muas not having a way to escape. Snakeskin going to be picking that one up as well. Over to mid lane, Suntouch was looking for the portal, but did not find it. Nedq looking for the kill on this, but Mealsy is right on his heels. They're going to go ahead and back off. Defender Olympus coming in just to get Athena back in on this fight. Overall, Hugs and Kisses are trying to get picks where they can, but Potato Boys with that just very aggressive warding right now. If we switch over the camera view, blue vision versus that red vision, their map vision on Potato Boys definitely much better right now. And like we just saw there, they caught someone out in the jungle, followed up in the rotation, and got a pair of kills for it. They're also looking to split push both lanes right now over the mid lane. Shaggy Shank looking for that mid lane tower, while the right lane will fall to the remaining 4 members of Potato Boys. And McKenna needs to run for his life right now. He might end up getting killed off. Roll out being used right there by Kev just to kind of say, we don't want to deal with you right now, McKenny. Punting him out of the way. And with this full 5-man group of Potato Boys, you could be very confused given the fact that they don't have Fire Giant right now, because they're playing as if they do. They have a decent gold lead, they have a decent level advantage. Why not look to Siege Towers as a full 5-man grouping? Who cares if we don't have the Fire Giant buff for ourselves? So all said and done, it's going to be a Gold Fury going their way as well, but it looks like Hugs and Kisses are looking for Fire Giant. They do have vision on that side of the map. They know they're over there, but Potato Boys are already on their way. Will they get there in time? Teleport coming out of Snakeskin through space and time. Here they come. This is going to be a big fight over the Fire Giant. It's going to go one way or another. Anvil Dawn does go up off of Thor. Are they going to look for the fight? Blink Cataclysm coming out. They're looking for the kill on McKenny on the right side. Snakeskin, Kraken going to come out, find some good damage. McKenny getting low though. Pores is there to help up at the backside of this fight. As Stasis Mode hits in the middle of this, Red Foo is losing this fight to Fianzo on the backside of the fight. Over in the mid lane as well, they're looking for the kill on the Shaggy Shank. He is getting low. Muas and Nedq looking to chase that one down. This fight is spread out all over the map right now. There's really nothing hype because we're stuck in Stasis Mode. Oh, there we go. Stasis Mode has just ended. They could look to dive this out, but Suntouch is waiting in the wings. Red Foo as well is getting low. They're starting to regroup though. Potato Boys need to, Hugs and Kisses have to be careful. The special delivery from the Joel's Attunement. Poor is going to be picking it up with a pair of stilettos to the face of Red Foo right here. Wes is getting so low, finding a nice double Judgment Tether stun. Astral Barrage back up in the air. Suntouch trying to aegis himself out. Shaggy Shank going to find the kill. Suntouch going to find the kill with the help of Shaggy Shank right there. Right side, Fianzo looking to kill on the Geb. We'll find it across the skies coming down though. Not going to find the knockup as we once again hit Stasis Mode. Game, please stop doing this to us. Right now it's a 2 for 2. 2 for 1? 2 for 1 in favor of Hugs and Kisses. Osiris's picture at the bottom of the screen is just very much grayed out because he has almost no health remaining. 7 health right now. And given his current positioning, that is possibly with regen coming out. I mean, 7 health. Escaping alive. So when you hear me talk about the Warlock Sash versus Ethereal Staff and like Joust and Siege and all this stuff, sometimes an extra couple points of health that the Ethereal Staff gives you early can make the difference. And right here, not really the case, obviously, because we're talking about Osiris, but that little bit of health, getting him out of that team fight, that double Judgment Tether by the right side Harpy, saving his life as well. And, if Stasis Mode ever actually lets us out of it, we're going to start playing with it here, try to get through. We'll kind of fast forward through this fight at 16 times speed. We're going to get stuck back to Stasis Mode again, but maybe we'll kind of kickstart it forward. Fianzo on the right side as well, the abilities coming out. Excavate from Snakeskin right here, actually finding a decent bit of damage. But taunting into the middle of that, saving the Judgment Tether stun right there. There's the last complaints watching his health. 62, was it the minions? The minions almost getting the kill, that's what it was. Down to 8 health, I'm not sure how we got stuck at 7, but we have passed it. Right side, Shaggy Shank did find that kill into Fianzo. It's one of these annoying things with Stasis Mode. It's like, you forget exactly where it occurred. It's like, oh yeah, we'll watch some other stuff, and it's like, oh wait, we're past where we were. Shoot, we missed something happen. Actually no, Fianzo didn't get the kill, or didn't get killed by Shaggy Shank. What am I talking about? Overall, in that fight, gonna check the timeline right here. Great casting, I know. 2 for 1 overall on the back of that. Well, they lost to Gold Fury, admittedly, but it did buy them those couple extra kills. Anytime you're behind and a fight goes even or better for you, it's obviously a victory in your favor because, well, you were fighting from behind. Potato Boys just got completely and utterly separated and spread out in that fight, and Hugs and Kisses were able to capitalize on it. And as these builds continue to come online, actually, Rom going for the execution earlier on. I'm hoping he's not going for that crit build. Crit build is all but dead at this point in time. Everything else is better at some point in time, especially against this team lineup on the side of Potato Boys. Geb, not really affected too much by the crit. Hercules is good to have anti-healing against something like a Unicorn variant with the Brawler Beatstick in it. Would, you know, be pretty good overall. That said, Wingblade coming online. A couple of these guys concerned about the slows coming off of Poseidon. Not just to mention the fact that the Wingblade is just a very, very cost-effective item in general. It's a lot of health, a lot of cooldown reduction, and of course that all-important slow immunity for a couple seconds when you are affected by a slow. Potato Boys might be looking to group up again. Everyone's kind of heading over towards the mid lane. Of course, as I say that, Shaggy Shank starts heading over to the left lane as Stasis Mode once again bears its ugly head. And, yeah, Stasis Mode, guys. It's a thing, unfortunately. Looking at some of the other items, though, double Jotun's Wrath, a Weedlix, it works really well. Her abilities, it's all combo-based. Her being able to flip over someone's head with the not the Moonlight Charge, her 2, can't remember the name of it, it's escaping at the moment, Summon Suku, something, Moonlight Charge and Gravity Surge, and her passive is Initiate, but her 2 is escaping me, so I will cheat and look at that, because I can. Feather Stab, that's the one. It's so cheeky when you're in the middle of a fight with somebody and you feather step over their head to avoid an ability, something like, say, a Tidal Surge from Poseidon. It's like, ah, you thought you killed me and now I'm behind you again. Deal with that. Otherwise, Hunter's approaching full build. It looks like Shaggy Shank is going for the more standard, traditional, quote-unquote, unicorn build. That second mace probably going to be built towards a Brawler's Beatstick. And, on the other side, you know, that gold difference starting to show its hand. That 3,000 or so gold lead that Shaggy Shank has is a full item plus. As he's fairly cheap admittedly, so you can't really call that a full item. It's under 2,000 gold for the entire item. So, an item and a half. Technically, an item. Overall, as Stasis Mode does continue, we'll try fast-forwarding through this again at 16 times speed, and hopefully we will not miss anything. There we go. Farm the mid lane, everyone grouping up. Shaggy Shank not grouping up, and let's slow this back down because it looks like we did get past it. Right side there is a grouping up in the jungle. Muaz Judgment Tethers are out. He's going to find a double stun over here. And that all said and done, he is still stuck. Defender Olympus is coming in. They might wait for the bait. There we go. Athena is now here, but is in the middle of 4 members. Suntouch hiding in the background across the skies, coming across the wall, looking to secure the kill on the right side on to Muaz. But the fight is falling in favor of Potato Boys right now. Quacken does come out, finds good damage. Astral Brush up near. Snake can find himself that double kill. Redfoot looking to re-engage right here onto McKenny solo. And Mealsy ends up picking up the kill at the end of the day. Only Ned Q left standing right now. Driving Strike back into the wall. Rolling Assault's going to be online in a second, but will fall through that portal. Suntouch going to be picking up the kill. That's going to be a deicide. And with only Fianza left standing right now, Potato Boys is going to be looking to go back to base, heal up, and I imagine look to rush down that Fire Giant. Drew Space and Time's not up for a little bit though, so they're not going to be getting there too quickly, but that said, Snake using that teleport, getting the Fire Giant, starting that up. Shaggy Shank arriving. This Fire Giant is not long for this world, and the Hugs and Kisses line up nowhere nearby to look to contest this one. They do have that Wrath of the Gods on Athena, but they are on the left side of the map, not going to be there anytime soon to actually contest this one out. With the lead they currently have, and with that Fire Giant buff now on the hands of every member of their team, they're going to be looking to start sieging down these Phoenixes. And right now, every single tower on the map for Potato Boys is still up and standing. The right side had its, you know, maybe missing a couple chunks of it or so, held down below half, but at this point in time, Hugs and Kisses don't have any opportunity to really look for that. They have the likes of Yanis through space and time, the Apollo with the Across the Skies. Anyone they sent to even try and split push right now can just get picked up and caught out. That experience and item advantage is just not working in Hugs and Kisses' favor right now. In addition to that, they also will need all 5 members of the team to defend at one of these Phoenixes or at the Titan. A 4v5 fight right now would likely be disastrous for Hugs and Kisses, especially if McKenny will make it out safely. That the Whirlpool will kind of deny any chase onto him. But right now, Potato Boy is looking to force down 2 lanes at once. The main body of the team in the mid lane, Apollo split pushing in the left lane. Someone's going to have to deal with him. Someone's going to have to deal with the entire team in the mid lane as well. And the 4v4, again, not going to be going in favor of Hugs and Kisses, as Shaggy Shank does reach the tower. There's an Earthbreaker. There's a Driving Strike as well. McKenny in the back, caught out. Might get brought down. Whirlpool was dropped, as well as that, Kraken. but not going to be enough. He will fall. NedQ is low in the back, needs to stay in this fight, but has to be so careful on his positioning. They're looking to delay any push on this Phoenix. Left side, Phoenix will fall. Shaggy Shank bringing that one down. That's going to force a full retreat, but Shaggy Shank finds the kill onto Fianzo here by the Titan. And the mid Phoenix will fall. They're looking for the right side Phoenix as well. It's going to be a 4v5 defense here at some point. They're looking for the kill onto Redfu quickly, but the taunt not going to last long enough. The damage just was not there right now. It looks like NedQ looking for the kin size as well, but not going to have that built up in time. That gold advantage just showing for Potato Boy. Shaggy Shank having a Titan's Bane completed as well. Looking for Judgment Tethers onto Redfu, going to use the Rolling Assault, the Summon Suku Leap, I should say, to escape on out of that one. The animation looks similar through a wall. The Titan has been aggressive, right? 15% of its health taken down. They look for the quick pick onto NedQ right there. Driving Strike did miss, fortunately for him. That extra reset, though, will force the Titan health back up to full. And it looks like for the time being, Potato Boys looking just to kind of back off and regroup a little bit, pick up a jungle buff or two. They don't want to overstay the welcome. A couple guys getting a little bit low on health. Respawn did just come up. The entire Hugs Kisses lineup is there. They still have about 1 minute and 30 seconds on their Fire Giant buff as well. Pick up that Gold Fury. Gold in hand, they all have enough on the back of this Gold Fury to pick up a tier 2 plus item. So why not make use of that opportunity? If they're quick about this buy and start heading straight down that mid lane again, they could look to group up and start contesting that Phoenix. Hugs and Kisses, meanwhile, is looking to push out all 3 lanes as far as they possibly can. There is a Sun Touch in the left lane looking for a quick pick onto Muas, but the burst damage might not quite be there given that NedQ is here as well. 3 space time actually going to be forced out. Sun Touch going to be forced to kind of throw that one away. This team not really in a position to capitalize on. Astral Barrage is up in the air, but will have kind of blown that one Sun Touch just using those 3 space and time portals to escape right there. A little bit of a shorter cooldown on the Astral Barrage, though. That'll be up here in about a minute. Essentially, at this point in time, it just comes down to do Potato Boys want to look to end this game out in the next 45 seconds, or our Hugs Kisses is going to manage to hold on to this and defend the Titan, wait for those Phoenixes to respawn. Potato Boys once again still spread out. McKenny right side, though, is getting caught out in the jungle right now. Tidal Surge is active for that extra movement speed, but will fall. Wanted to find that tower, just stuck around too long. Back in the mid lane, 2v3, they're not terribly concerned about that. They're looking for this quick kill into NedQ here. Rolling Assault is available to escape here in just a couple seconds. There's a Shockwave in the middle of transitions. Rolling Assault finally coming out. They're looking for the quick kill onto Sun Touch. He's going to be looking to get away. He will make it back safely. Anvil Dawn about to go up, but Fianzo gets picked up before that can fully channel. NedQ brought down as well. Guys, this is going to be the beginning of the end. Surrender Vote coming out. Cataclysm fighting too as well. Excavate, find some damage from Nuaz. Poor is getting so low. That's going to be another one going to Emilzy. The Gravity Surge out from the fountain. Nuaz trying to leap back in, stay alive for the last bit of the fight. There's the Earthbreaker back to the fountain once again. Titan is falling though. 40% on its teleport. 20-10. Hugs and Kisses going to be knocked out in the round of 32. Random seeding, guys. Unfortunately, sometimes you'll see matchups like this. Potato Boys, though, going to be moving on to the round of 16. Good game overall early on, especially. Hugs and Kisses were doing whatever they could to stay in it, but little by little as the game went on, Potato Boys were just warding so aggressively, catching people out in the jungle, using those picks to pick up objectives, gold furies, buff steals, towers in the back of it. Just making such good use of those kills that the lead started to grow little by little and eventually just got to the point where Hugs and Kisses just really could not do much about it anymore. All said and done, guys, that's going to wrap up the round of 32 coverage here. We're going to go ahead and jump to a wait screen, get ourselves set up for a round of 16 game. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Stick around and enjoy the music.